if this could be reconsidered. You see, to implement our cultural policy, we have to adopt the etiquette of belief, values. We also have to adopt the etiquette of attitude towards what we actually talk about and what we put as recommendation. Without all this, everything we are saying is vain. Now, for our cultural policy to be very effective, I'm glad that the AU is now reconsidering, according to the Article 3, that they are now changing the policy of putting the cultural policy in the hand of the government. The government does not have much to do with cultural implementation. This is how it's done in the international terrain. Those who make things happen in the cultural arena are the private investors. They know they have key role, they have ideas, although they have suggestions and backing from the government. But this is their own area of prerogative. Our cultural policy, as I said yesterday, must reflect the culture of respect, the culture of work, the culture of moral life, the culture of communication and harmony, the culture of mental creativity and symbolic life, the culture of reflection, and the culture of communalism. After living here today, I believe that our cultural policy will reflect the mode and operandi of what will affect the life of the people in diaspora. Thank you.
Ambassador, platform guests, distinguished guests. I'm Kwanzaa Hall, District 2 Councilman, Atlanta City Council. District 2 is the heart of Atlanta, from underground to Atlantic Station. It's a very diverse and dynamic area, also the home of Dr. King's birth home in the King Center. So I'm very proud to be representing this area as a child of the person who served as the youngest staff member of Dr. King's staff. It's very important. And I'll read this proclamation. Atlanta City Council, in honor of the African World Museum, African Heritage Foundation Day. Whereas the mission of the African World Museum and Center and the African Heritage Foundation is to elevate and promote Africa's image and profile in the United States. And as well, educate the American people about the African emancipation, culture, and values. Their goal is to broaden and strengthen the network on Africa, tourism, and potential business opportunities. And whereas the African World Museum and Center made a significant landmark achievement for the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia when it participated in the first ever Pan-African Cultural Conference from November 13th through 17th, 2006 in Addis-Aba, Ethiopia. This conference focused on the culture, integration, and African Renaissance, a theme designed to look at African heritage, values, through plenary sessions and general debates on African cultures and its many facets. And whereas the African World Museum and Center and the African Heritage Foundation has made remarkable strides by staging the Celebrate Africa exhibition at the Olympics hosted in Atlanta in 1996, and by staging a world tour of the Celebrate Africa exhibition in 110 cities, 57 countries. To continue their successful strides, the Bridging the Gap and Building the Bridge Conference is scheduled to launch in Atlanta in October of 2007. Now, therefore, we, the members of the Atlanta City Council, and on behalf of the citizens of Atlanta, hereby recognize the African World Museum and African Heritage Foundation, as well as our Honorable Ambassador, on this 30th day of April 2007 for their achievements in building the relationship with African American communities and the African nation. Signed, President Lisa M. Borders and our 15 colleagues. Thank you very much.
We like the ambassador, Honorable Ambassador Amina Salu Ali, to make a response and also to tell us what the African Union has for the state of Georgia.
Chief Tunde, Chief Executive of African Museum Center and African Heritage Foundation, Representative of Council, also representative of the county, my dear brothers and sisters. I would like first of all to take this opportunity to thank first of all Chief Tunde, who came to our office in Washington and present the program he's undertaking here in Atlanta. So he gave me an opportunity today to come and to visit Atlanta and to see and to meet my friends here. So I would like to thank him very much for this opportunity. Secondly, I would like to thank you all, starting from Mr. Beasley and the rest of my colleagues here in the high table, and the rest, all of you, for giving me opportunity today to meet with you. I know you are all busy, but you have been here with us today just because you show your commitment and also you express your desire to partner with African Union. So I would like to thank you all for this opportunity. Let me start to say that today, for me, is my first time to be in Atlanta. And for Africa, Atlanta is well known in Africa for two reasons. First, because this is the hometown of Dr. King. The second, Atlanta is also the hometown of Ambassador Andrew Young. And you know, he did so much for Africa when he was in the United Nations. So for Africa, Atlanta is a name of a city that really gives a lot of positive thinking to our own African sisters and brothers. At the same time, since my arrival, I've seen a lot of programs and also expression of commitment from the government officials here in Atlanta. And this is, for me, something that I really cherish, to see there is a partnership between the NGO or civil society as well as the government here. It's something that really gives me hope that whatever we have, whatever we are trying to achieve here in Atlanta or in this state, I think we are going to achieve. Therefore, I would like to say thank you very much for giving us this hope of future. At the same time, I believe that people of Atlanta are very kind and very hospitable. Because when my brother, Chief Tunde, he came here, he was received with open hands, and he was given opportunity to come up with ideas and to implement his ideas. That means Atlanta community is well receptive, well welcoming. They are very good in welcoming guests from other countries. At the same time, for us from Africa, Atlanta is not strange for us, because we believe we come here because we have our friends, we have our brothers and sisters from their historical perspective. So, in that respect, when I arrived, I came across the program that Chief Tunde is putting across for government officials to participate with him. I think this program, or this project, will have a win-win situation, to create a win-win situation between the African as well as our people here in Atlanta. I represent the African Union, and for the last 4 months we have opened our office in Washington. And this is the first mission outside Africa for our African Union office. And I would like to explain to you, to inform you that the government of the United States has given us a diplomatic status. For the first time, the flag of African Union will be hosted in